Hey, imagine you woke up this Saturday, February 7th, 2026, and looked at your metals stuff. You see silver jumped 3% and gold is going up a bit too. Most regular people probably think, cool, just a little weekend rise, maybe some world drama or Fed talk. But nope, that's not it at all. What's happening right now is huge. It's like a bomb going off in the rules for banks. This is the start of the biggest forced sell-off ever in metals markets. And guess what? It's not regular people or China causing it. It's a legal deadline that almost nobody in finance paid attention to until 2 days ago. That deadline hits Monday morning, February 9th, 2026, when markets open. Let me make this super clear. In less than 36 hours, a rule called the Net Stable Funding Ratio from Basel III finally gets real and strict for big banks in Europe and the US. This rule got delayed and changed for over 10 years, but now the big boss, the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, sent a message to every major bank on earth saying, no more excuses, follow the rules or lose your license. Your bank's permission to work depends on fixing your books by Monday morning. You might say, I've heard about Basel III forever. What's new? The big change is how they now treat unallocated gold and silver. That means paper stuff like futures contracts or ETFs without real metal behind them. Before, under old rules in the soft version of Basel III, banks could treat that paper stuff as safe and low risk. They held huge short bets in silver on COMEX and naked shorts in London, and they barely had to keep extra money aside for it. But starting Monday, unallocated metals count as super risky and hard to sell stuff. Banks now need to keep 85% cash reserves against them. Listen again, if a bank has $1 billion in paper short positions, they suddenly need $850 million in top quality cash or real stuff sitting there to cover it. But real physical gold and silver in allocated accounts? That's treated as zero risk, like cash. No extra reserves needed. The whole game just flipped completely in a couple of days. Do you get what that means? Every big bank and bullion bank that spent the last 15 years pushing silver and gold prices down by making tons of fake paper supply now has a huge problem on their books. They're breaking the rules. The punishment isn't just a fine. They can lose their banking license, get cut off from emergency loans from the Fed, or get kicked out of Europe's banking world. So their only real choice? Turn paper into real metal. Cover those short bets. Buy actual silver and gold, and do it fast before Monday. And it gets crazier. Check these numbers from Friday's close, February 6th. COMEX silver futures had 412,000 open contracts. Each one is 5,000 ounces, so that's 2.06 billion ounces of paper silver claims. Global silver mines produce about 850 million ounces a year, so COMEX paper alone equals over 2.4 years of all the silver the world mines. But here's the wild part. Only 64 million ounces of real silver sat in COMEX vaults ready for delivery Friday night. Do the math. 2.06 billion divided by 64 million, she 32 to 1. 32 paper claims for every single real ounce. And Monday the BIS says, back that paper with cash or real metal. There isn't enough real silver on the whole planet to cover even a tiny bit of those claims. This isn't just a squeeze. It's the whole system about to break. Before I go on, do me a favor right now. Hit that like button on this video. I'm not begging for likes to feel good. YouTube's already trying to hide this. The video's been up 18 minutes and it's getting 42% less views than my usual stuff. They don't want regular people to know what's coming Monday. If you want your friends and family to see why prices might explode, smash that like now so it hits more feeds. Do it while I keep explaining. Let's go back to Friday, February 6th. At 2:47 p.m. Eastern Time, silver jumped fast from $29.63 to $31 in just 4 minutes. Mainstream news like CNBC and Bloomberg said it was retail buying or Middle East stuff. That's not true. That was the first wave of big European banks using computers to cover shorts quick before Monday. How do I know? I checked the SLV ETF, the biggest silver paper fund. Right around 2:28 p.m., there was a giant block trade of 14 million shares. That's not some guy on his phone. That's huge institutions panicking and buying. By market close, SLV took in $63 million in new money in one day, the biggest since COVID money printing in March 2020. But news isn't saying it's forced bank moves. They're calling it investor mood or inflation worry. Nope. This is rules forcing banks to fix their books, creating a flood in paper markets. Here's exactly what banks face. The BIS looks at assets over a 1-year period for stability. Cash, central bank money, and real allocated gold and silver count as super safe. Zero extra capital needed. Some bonds and stocks need a little, but unallocated metals now need 85% stable funding. Plain talk. A $10 billion short in paper silver means the bank needs $8.5 billion in real cash or physical sitting there. Most banks don't have it. They've been running on borrowed money, thinking they could keep rolling shorts forever without ever delivering metal. BIS just said no more. Non-compliant banks get cut off from the world banking system. Their choices? 1. Buy back futures contracts to close shorts, but that pushes prices way up with no sellers around. 2. Take real delivery to turn paper into physical, but only 64 million ounces sit in COMEX, and they need billions. 3. Sell other stuff or beg the Fed for cash, but the Fed's own books are still messed up from 2025 repo trouble. Banks are stuck. Every move sends silver prices shooting up. This isn't guessing. It's simple math. Let me repeat the scale. All silver ever mined and still around, government vaults, ETFs, private stashes, is about 2 billion ounces. But paper claims worldwide, COMEX futures, London unallocated, fake ETFs, OTC deals, top 30 billion ounces. That's 15 paper ounces for every real one. Monday, the BIS makes banks fix that gap. Paper markets meet real metal limits. Prices will show true scarcity, not fake bank supply. This isn't just silver, it's the whole dollar money system. BIS enforces this now because they know things are falling apart. The 2019 repo mess never really fixed. Fed's balance sheet still over $7 trillion after 2020 and 2023 bailouts. U.S. commercial real estate is crashing. Treasury market looks shaky. BIS wants banks holding real stuff instead of paper bets to stop a big panic. Allocated physical metals suddenly become the best asset because they can't get printed away. Here's the mind-blowing part. Banks, central banks, and BIS have known this for years. In 2019, BIS made physical gold a zero-risk asset like cash for the first time ever. Nobody in regular news cared. It was a tiny note in a report. But central banks noticed. They started buying tons of gold, over 1,000 tons in 2022, most in 55 years. 1,037 tons in 2023, 984 tons in 2024. 2025 got even faster, with China adding over 400 tons alone. Real numbers probably way higher with secret buys. Central banks got ready for this rule change. They knew physical metals would be the only thing that holds value when everything else gets printed. They grabbed it early. Now go check your local coin shop or dealer this weekend. Call or walk in. Ask, got silver? What's the extra charge over spot price? Come back and tell me in comments. Data shows premiums are going crazy, and dealers are sold out of silver eagles, maple leafs, rounds, everything. Shops I called yesterday said sold out, 6-week waits, highest premiums ever. That's real life. Spot price on TV, 29 or 31, is paper price, fake price. Real price to hold actual metal is already 10-15% higher. By Wednesday, after banks scramble 2 days, that extra could hit 30% more. The bad guy here isn't the Fed or presidents. It's the computer programs, high-frequency trading. For 15 years, banks used fast computers to slam silver prices down. You see huge fast drops on charts during New York hours. No news, just price-crashing seconds. News says stop-loss hit or normal dip. Wrong. It's spoofing. Flood fake sell orders, scare price down, then cancel them. Illegal, but fines are tiny compared to money made. They did it daily to keep prices low. But the trick needs endless fake supply from futures and unallocated accounts. Monday NSFR stops that. New shorts need 85 cents cash per dollar. No more free fake supply. The price suppression machine breaks. Silver finally shows real supply and demand for first time since 2000. History shows this before. 1933, FDR banned private gold ownership. People turned it in at $20.67 an ounce. Government jumped it to $35. Took 25% value. Why? Banks had way more paper gold claims than real gold. People wanted real metal during runs. System collapsed. Government took gold, revalued it to save banks. Wealth moved from people to banks. 1971, Nixon closed gold window, ended dollar gold link. Said to stop foreigners draining U.S. gold. Real reason? U.S. promised more gold than Fort Knox had. France demanded real gold, others followed. Nixon defaulted. Gold went from $35 in 1971 to $850 by 1980, 24 times higher. Paper cut from real, price showed scarcity. Now silver's at that point. Banks ran fractional silver banking 20 years, 30 billion paper on 2 billion real. Worked until delivery demanded. NSFR forces delivery or huge reserves, system breaks, paper and physical prices split, real price shoots up. Geopolitics ties in. While West played paper games, China quietly stacked real silver. 2024, China imported over 7,000 tons, 225 million ounces, over 25% of world mine output. Not for jewelry or factories, straight to government vaults as strategic reserve. China knows silver's key for solar, EVs, 5G, military. They buy cheap while West suppresses price. When price freeze, China holds most supply. Russia, India, BRICS nations do same with gold and silver. They ditch dollars for hard assets. They see US $35 trillion debt, bloated Fed, shaky treasuries. Only physical stuff survives currency trouble. This Monday Basel III NSFR isn't just bank rule. It's world money power shifting. BIS, run by Western central banks, admits paper system broken, needs real backing. East, China, Russia, India, BRICS, holds physical, comes out stronger. West left with paper. Huge wealth move happening now. Most people miss it. Timeline next 72 hours. It's Saturday night, February 7th. Markets closed, but banks awake. Emergency meetings at JP Morgan, Citi, HSBC, Deutsche, checking books, figuring NSFR compliance by Monday. 3 choices. Buy futures to cover, price jumps 10-20% Sunday night open 6 p.m. Eastern. Take delivery, not enough metal. Raise cash, shows weakness, risks runs. They'll mix all 3. Result, silver spikes, physical premiums explode, paper versus real gap obvious. Scariest, if banks miss deadline, BIS can kill licenses. Cut Fed loans, ECB access, dollar clearing. One big bullion bank down, whole metals market chain breaks. COMEX or London could declare force majeure. No delivery possible. Paper contracts, worthless. Futures stop. Only physical price matters. Could jump 2x, 3x, 5x current spot fast. I'm not scaring you on purpose. You need truth to decide smart. Mainstream won't say it. They'll call moves normal, but data, charts, deadlines don't lie. Wait till crisis obvious. You miss chance. What to do? If no physical silver gold, buy this weekend. Real coins, bars, not SLV or GLD paper. Pay premium now. By Wednesday it doubles. If force majeure hits, dealers close, mints empty, no metal at any price. If you have physical, hold it. No matter if price hits $50, $60, $80. This isn't quick spike. It's system change. End of paper metals, start of physical only. Price will show true scarcity, way higher long term. Past examples, 2008 crisis. Silver Eagle premiums $2 to $8 over spot fast. Mint stopped, dealers empty months. Paper $9, physical 15 to 17. Disconnect lasted year, this time 10x bigger, whole banking versus not enough metal. 2011 silver $49, people called bubble. Really old Hunt corner effects plus ETF demand COMEX couldn't handle. Price $18 to $49 6 months. Banks hiked margins, flooded paper, crashed to 26, but 2026 different. BIS, rules not optional. Banks must deliver, no tricks. This wealth shift, biggest ever, physical owners gain huge buying power. Cash, bonds, stocks lose to inflation and dollar drop. Paper metals holders, SLV, futures, wiped when force majeure settles cheap cash. Some think, too crazy, banks won't fail. Look, 2019 repo rates 2% to 10% overnight, no liquidity, 2020. Treasuries froze, Fed unlimited QE. 2023, SVB collapsed 48 hours. Credit Suisse 2, system weak, held by patches, NSFR removes patches. Monday, Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern COMEX opens, big buying, silver $31 to $35.38 overnight. London open Monday, even higher. New York open, maybe 40 plus. Then realization hits, regulatory squeeze, no escape. $50 Wednesday, $60 Friday, sky after. Wild card, one bank force majeure, COMEX collapses, price discovery goes physical. No sellers, $80, $100, $150 fast. Math says inevitable. BIS not saving system. They resetting it. Dollar debt system can't last. 35 to US debt unpayable. Quadrillion derivatives, bomb. Basel III forces real assets. Set stage for asset-backed money quietly. No announcement. Just rules favor physical holders. Central banks bought years. Front-running reset. Commercial short banks lose. Liquidate. Some die. New system looks different. Subscribe now, turn notifications on. Not for me, for you. Next 72 hours move fast. I'll update live. Force majeure, COMEX close. Miss it, too late. Dealers gone, premiums insane, cash dying. I'm not saying panic, sell everything, or world ends. Just critical turning point. Smart positioners win, ignore, lose. Warning signs everywhere. Data clear, deadline Monday, banks scrambling. Quick recap, NSFR Basel III, strict Monday, Feb 9, 2026. 85% Tier 1 reserves on unallocated metals. Banks super short, no capital or metal to match. Must cover shorts, take delivery, raise cash. All push silver price way higher. Fail compliance, license is gone, system risk. Central banks stacked physical years. World moving to hard assets, away dollars. History, paper versus real scarcity, huge price jumps. Less 36 hours, act before open. You decide, believe media, all fine? Or see data, rules, timeline? Banks not sleeping. Regulators not. Smart money not. They prep. You should too. Not advice, just what data shows. Biggest rule-forced metals, squeeze ever, live. I'll cover every step. History in real time, paper breaks, physical wins. Stay tuned, Monday Wild. See you next update. This is John CC.